Okay, good morning everybody. The title of this video is "The World is Fucked," and here is why. I'm gonna have to share something with you that it actually beggars belief as to what I'm after uncovering. This is not my crazy rants, this is not my crazy conspiracy theory, this is all backed up with a book. I think that comes out backwards when you're showed on you. So it's Parents' Handbooks Supporting Your Maths Student, right? So last week, my beloved wife asked me, would I go to something in school on teaching you how your kids are going to score points in Leaving Cert Maths. I didn't go because it could all change by the time my kids get to Leaving Cert Maths. But here is what is going on in our world at the moment, right? Now, you all know I'm not a big fan of everybody gets a participation medal for kids. I think it's nonsense. That's just my own personal belief. You might think it's the greatest thing on the planet, and well done. But this is scary. Stop whatever you're doing and listen to what I'm about to tell you here now. Because none of us can see what's going on in the exams and when teachers are correcting our kids' exams, right? So this is going to be unbeknownst to any of us. When we're at a match watching all the kids playing that all get a gold medal, we all know who the crap kids were, right? It stands out because we were looking at them. But this is as scary as it gets, okay? Now, it's the book, as I said, Parents' Handbooks Supporting Your Maths Student. And the kind of questions that they go through here, it's not the questions you're going to get asked, or the kids are going to get asked in their Leaving Cert, but it kind of just gives you an idea how they can score points, okay? Now wait till you hear this shit. Chapter number 8, Project Maths Exam Style Questions. So our kids get asked these kind of questions in our Leaving Cert. So look, let's call it out as it is. Here, by the way, every parent gets this book, right? Every parent gets this book who goes to this seminar to come back and say, make sure you explain this to your kids, right? Here we take a somewhat tongue-in-cheek look at the questions currently favoured in Project Maths. This is Leaving Cert Maths, right? To do this, we need to learn some of the jargon to understand the marking scheme. So partial credits. We first consider the terms low partial credit and high partial credit. This has all changed since my day. You got anywhere from 0 to 100%. I think 84% up was an A. 40% to whatever, 50, mid-50s was a D, a pass. Anything under that was a fail, right? So the question, again, it's a tongue-in-cheek. Thankfully, we're not that thick just yet, but we're on that way, trust me, right? The question is to illustrate how these points work out. Multiply 9 by 2, okay? So it's not going to be that question, but you get the idea, right? Total marks, 10, right? Now, the guys who wrote the book, the answers they give really sums up the current system that our kids are going through, right? 9 by 2 equals 11. Okay? So the examiner, his response is, I see what you did there. You added instead of multiplying because there's a strong probability the candidate pressed the wrong button on, now it doesn't say this word, the fucking calculator. The kids are allowed to bring calculators into their exams in Leaving Cert. We certainly weren't allowed to do that in my day. Anyway, so here's the thing. You are awarded a low partial credit. 4 marks out of 10. The candidate achieves a pass grade for being fucking thick. So thick, he couldn't even distinguish between the plus sign and the multiplication sign. He has passed 9 times to... Look, I didn't think I was going to have to explain this, but apparently, based on this book, I do. Just for somebody who's out there who's not too sure what 9 multiplied by 2, the answer is 18. This gobshite who mistook a plus sign for a multiplication sign and put down 11 has passed. 4 out of 10 for being thick. But if you think that's bad, it gets unbelievably worse. It's so scary, it's even scarier than the V in the top of my head screaming down your screen. Now, by the way, if your boss walks into you and you're like on Facebook watching me, tell your boss, you gotta come watch this. Do not stop watching this. This is so goddamn serious, it's beyond frightening. So our thick kid who mistook, I mean, maybe if the kid went in and was hungover, you know, and just was reading it so fast and, oh, really don't want to be here, and just said, oh, I thought it was 9 plus 2, 11. You could kind of understand that. You still wouldn't pass him, but you could kind of understand that. But we're giving him a pass, a 4 out of 10, for mistaking a plus sign and a multiplication sign. It gets worse. Now, look, as I said, it's tongue-in-cheek questioning, but the concept as to how kids score points nowadays is pretty much summed up in these things. Attempt number 2, and it says in brackets, from a real project maths student, okay? So this shit apparently happened. 9 multiplied by 2 equals, here's the answer. And in case you don't believe me, I know it comes up backwards, right? But you'll be able to figure it out somehow, how to turn this around, right? I can't fucking believe that it's here. 9 multiplied by 2 equals approximately 30. It gets worse. Remember the thick guy who got the plus sign and the multiplication sign mixed up? This stupid fucker scores more. Examiner's response. Ah, very good, I see. I see the way you were thinking. You have given a rough estimation. You are awarded a high partial credit. That is, get this, 7 marks out of 10. The candidate achieves an honours grade for being beyond fucking thick. This is the scoring system for our kids doing their leaving cert. That's the GCSEs in the UK. And I don't know what it is over in the States, but it's the highest exam the kids do before they go into college. 9 times 2 is approximately 30. 7 out of 10. For fucking guessing. Right, for guessing. So for, like, you might as well have just said 60, because apparently 60 is also approximately 30, so therefore, by laws of, like, basic cop on, if 9 by 2 is approximately 30, then 30 is approximately 60, so therefore 9 times 2 is approximately 60. 7 out of fucking 10. Now, go back to why I'm giving out about every kid gets a participation medal, because it's leading to this shit right now. Okay? They got away with it in sport, now they're bringing it into our education system. Let's award all the dummies with the exact same prize as the smart kids. The guys who actually stayed at home, studied, worked their ass off to try and get a B or a D or a C or an A. By the way, just so, because there's always one tree hugger, snowflake, vegan guy out there who's going to turn around and say, well, we're not all smart. I'm as thick as they fucking come. Academically, I'm not that smart. I'm blessed with one subject, that's maths. And that's pretty much adding, multiplying, subtraction, division, all that shit in my head. After that, I'm not that smart, okay? But we've just given a guy, and in case you think I'm joking, there it is. 9 multiplied by 2 from a real project maths student. The answer is approximately 30. The examiner gave him 7 out of 10 and he achieved an honours grade. Can't get any worse than that, can it? Oh, fucking, we're only just beginning. Trust me, trust me. And look, this is the video that needs to be shared like a million times because nobody knows this shit exists, right? All the parents are going along with participation medals on the schoolyard and in the sports field, but nobody knows this shit exists. So the guy who said approximately 30, if that's his mentality and is so far out in every other question, right, but still manages to get 7 out of 10 in all these questions, he's on his way to fucking doing like heart surgery on you at some stage because he's almost got enough points to be a doctor for being fucking thick. Anyway, can't get any worse, can it? Wait, you hear this shit. Attempt number 3. It's on page 70 of this book, by the way. I'm not making this shit up. 9 times 2. Okay? Approximately 20. Well, this guy is clearly smarter than the last fella who said 30, right? But he's just as equally fucking thick because he still got it wrong. But wait till you see how we're going to grade this guy. The examiner's response. Excellent. A very accurate approximation. Also a very accurate incorrect answer, you thick fuck. You are awarded full marks, that is 10 out of 10. The candidate gets top grade. Now again, look, it's tongue-in-cheek, right? It's tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff, but it's giving you the concept of how your kids can score marks in Leaving Cert Maths for being completely wrong. And this is the shit we're teaching our kids. Everybody is going to have enough points to be a doctor, a lawyer, a God knows what, Because we must award the thick fuckers, the inept fuckers, as much as the, the highly educated guys are the really good sports people. Everybody has to be the same. We all have to be the same. Now, I'm going to do another rant later on, but how long am I going for here? I don't know. Jesus, actually a load of people watching this. Hello, everybody. I'm going to do another rant as to why I think they're doing this shit, but that's going to be down the line. Now, when I saw this, I said, this has to be a piss take, right? It has to be a piss take, but it's not. There is almost 100 pages in this book. So, and it's written by Carol Gildy and Brendan Gildy. I don't know. And I think these guys have written a shitload of books on schools. But it goes on, right? Here we go. The next question. Okay, so the guy who even got it wrong, right? Who got 10 out of 10 for being almost right, got 10 out of 10. Now, approximately 20. I mean, 14 is approximately 20. So the guy could have said 9 times 2 is 14. It's approximately 20. Give him 10 out of 10. It fucking beggars belief. Beggars belief. Anyway, let's go on to the next type of question. This is honours maths, guys, in our Leaving Cert. The concept of it. Tongue-in-cheek questions just to illustrate how it works, but you get the idea. Okay, I can't believe this shit. Anyway, front-loading. So next we look at the term front-loading. The term front-loading is worthy of a Soviet commissioner from the Stalin area. Front-loading involves awarding disproportionately large quantity of marks, I hope you're still with me, large quantity of marks for the easier part of the question. So front-loading is used to help the weaker candidate get across the line, because we must get the weaker. Why don't we just turn around to the teachers and say, okay, you've 30 people in your class, right? Who are the thick guys? Students 1 to 10. Right, well, student 1 to 10 gets a bonus of 40%. If we want to push them over the line, just give them a 40% before they even sit the damn exam, okay? So at least if they get 42% by answering everything else wrong in the damn exam, at least they passed and everyone's happy, while the smarter kids are being graded properly. 7 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 for approximately 20, for Christ's sakes. Anyway, so basically this is a maths question where you get a lot of points for the sillier, easier parts, and only the real technical part at the end. That's the difference between getting 100% or 90%, okay? So, an elephant, okay, have a look at this, right? Now, if you look at that, you might think there's an awful lot more legs there. It is a bit odd, right? But this is the type of stuff that's going on in the Leaving Cert. Okay, this blah, blah, blah is the formal name given to a bush elephant in East Africa. How many legs does the elephant require in order to survive in the wild? Okay, 45 marks. How would you know the elephant has been in your fridge? Again, tongue-in-cheek, but it's just giving you the idea of a simple question, another 25 marks. And then it goes through this big thing that an elephant has, blah, blah, blah. He is 5 million hectares each day average, whatever, but how much does he have to eat and how much vegetation does he go? So that's the actual math part. But the 45 and the 25, you can get 7 out of 10 for being thick, okay? Again, only illustrating the answers. A high partial credit could be awarded for part A, which is how many legs does this elephant have? For 5 legs. A high partial credit for saying the elephant has 5 legs. Why, you might say, well, you might have counted the trunk as a leg. So you can understand how you got it wrong. It's a fair enough mistake. But I'll pass you. I'll pass you for being remotely thick. It gets worse. It's like the first maths question. Again, tongue-in-cheek, just so we're all fully aware. They're just showing you how the points are awarded, but it's showing you how stupidly accurate it is by making a mockery out of, by saying these stupid questions, right? And the stupid answers. Here we go. Also, you ready? Anybody who answered 6, 7, or 8, we're going to give them another 25 marks. Because the diagram is a little bit misleading. Looked like the elephant had more legs than he actually had. Not even a fucking 8-legged elephant has 8 legs. But we're going to give this guy a 7 out of 10 for being beyond thick. I mean, look, I've read through this entire book, and to be honest, Do you know the line in The Fly? Be afraid, be very afraid. If this is how we are grading our kids, take another look at it. If this is how we are grading our kids in maths for our leaving cert, we are more fucked than I ever imagined. Let that sink in. 9 times 2, almost 30. You're a fucking dinger. You're the kind of guy I want working with me. 8 legs on an elephant. Holy shit, that's 7 out of 10. You are the smartest motherfucker in the group. Oh my God. 7, 8 legs on an elephant. 7 out of 10. Anyway, that is my rant over. So the next time you hear me giving out about participation medals, the next time you hear me giving out about why we should award everybody with the same thing, this is how it starts. This is how it starts. We're making our kids tick. Do you know what? That's what they did in North Korea. They made them all tick, thinking, believe all this shit that we're being told. Look what's going on there. So there you go, guys. Reward the thick ones the same as the smart ones, because it's so much nicer if we all just get along and we're all equal. 7 out of fucking 10 for an elephant with 8 legs. I better go to work.